Hello out there, video listeners.
So you can click Restream over there, and you'll see it go live when it's ready. Takes a second usually to get started. Okay, so now it's definitely going out to Restream, and you can click each of the additional things. So Mixer makes you click that pink thing to actually watch the live stream.
Well, there we are.
There you go. Whoa, Xbox is hosting us. Sweet, we're on the Xbox channel. That's awesome. Hey there, Data Nippa. How you doing? So Andy is going to be our host today.
Hi, everybody.
I'm trying real hard to not be essential to this process. And so we've already trained Jeff Salt. We've trained Aaron Anderson. Now Andy Collins has taken has got his hands on the wheel. And we're making sure that streams do not require me. So if I'm hit by a bus, the streams don't stop. So Andy is doing great. Aren't you? I think you are.
Sure, why not? I should be talking in a high-pitched voice, right? What do I do with my hands?
So we got
put them over here.
The Sailor Wolf is glad to see you.
Hi, folks. Thanks for joining us.
Shadow Mist says yeet, which means they're below a certain age, and that's all I know. My daughter says yeet all the time, too, and I'm really just not sure what she means by it most of the time. Silver, yes. Today we are playing on an actual retail Xbox, which means it's not going to be crashing on us a million times. And I think that Scott's solution that they found last time actually may work. So I think that our PC tests should be a lot more stable. In fact, Brian and Jurgen helped me figure out some stuff that I could put in the shortcut to the game that would actually turn off a bunch of things that were causing problems. So hopefully next time we do a dev build and show you like pre-release stuff, it's not going to be a disaster, but we'll see. So Famer wants to know how we're doing tonight.
We're doing pretty well.
Technically still daytime for us. It's
although this part of the country, not for much longer.
Yeah,
by the time we get done with this stream, I think it'll be dark outside.
That's true. Yeah, it's been weirding me out at being like just so. As a game developer,
gorgeous long summers, real short winter days.
Yeah, my so I got used to, as a game developer. I got used a long time ago to coming home with the sun down all the time because I used to work at places that would just work me to death. Undead Labs doesn't do that, but in Seattle, during the wintertime, you can't help but go home in the dark sometimes, no matter how nice your workplace is.
Yeah. We're getting into the shortest times of the year. Come to work in the dark, go home in the dark. Those aren't the best days. But hey, could be worse.
Yeah, so we're actually playing my game from home rather than the our local Nigel Meredith account. We're playing with my account from home, and so I'm trying to figure out if there's something I want to do to like something I want to sell.
That's a lot of backpacks.
Yeah.
Do you collect them?
I do kind of collect them, yes. Since now that I've named them all, so that I can tell what color they are, I can anytime I change somebody's outfit, I can find them a matching backpack. That's just perfect. Oh wow. Okay, so what I need to do actually is put a much larger backpack on this character. So wait, what's she wearing? It's kind of red and blue. Okay, she needs that blue and red backpack. That's what she needs. So let's grab this blue and red hiking pack. And so while we're just in the pre-show, I'm going to go shopping with this character. So let's get rid of stuff we don't need. And let's load up on the luxuries. Airplane booze, volleyball, travel size soap, emery boards, stray tampon, hand sanitizer, bag of gummies, and package of beef jerky.
Good.
So
oh, that's my favorite note in the game, by the way, that you've got right there.
Right here? What is this?
Yeah.
Oh, finish editing. Wait, what is
That's
this?
my to-do list.
Your to-do list?
That was my to-do list from the day I was writing those notes.
New lines for sickness. Listen to October VO for changes.
Yeah.
Nice. That's October 2017.
Probably even earlier. It might have been 2016. Yeah. So awesome. That's one of those weird ones. Unless you're little get to play inside baseball, you do not know what's going on. So yeah. So that's what I was doing in November of that year.
That makes me want to come back to this during the proper stream so that we can say that again. But it's kind of funny, yeah, because I'm a little bit proud of the time that I spent putting the color names on all of these backpacks, but that's not nearly as interesting and creative as you and a few other people coming up with all of these luxuries. The beef jerky, the gummies, it's been in my pocket all day, so it's nice and warm.
Yeah.
So, Big Hair Boy, I've taken a note about possibly including mouse and keyboard support for the Xbox version of the game. It's something that support for that came in after the ship had sailed for us, and so it would be some effort for us to sort of to sort of port the game to use that input method on the Xbox. But it's not unreasonable. In fact, so I made a note for myself. I didn't actually put it into the official process yet, so we got a process. So I'm gonna put it through the process. And we'll see where it ends up. No promises about when or whether, but I can definitely put it through the process. There. Oh,
Somebody's admiring your mask.
Oh yes. So this mask right here, or do they mean my face? This is my actual face. I don't know what you're saying.
It's disturbing.
Yeah, this is messed up.
Disturbing.
So okay, so I guess you know what, shopping trips aren't the most exciting thing. So I'm gonna get on the road now, and then I'll come back home. And then we'll go look for some bounties.
I'm heading out.
So wait, so ambulance? Yes, ambulance.
I'm just enjoying the people commenting on their favorite luxury items.
Yes.
Yeah, keep it coming, folks. Those are fun.
Yeah, there's some colorful ones on there that people have been mentioning. So Barry Esteen suggests that we should have Negan and Rick costumes. So, I mean, those characters change their clothes a lot over the course of the show.
Negan doesn't that much.
I guess not.
Granted, I have not caught up. I'm a couple of seasons behind.
Bye-bye.
Finally past the point of no return for me.
There with my
but,
door.
He certainly has a very familiar outfit.
I guess that's true.
Not that we have any content whatsoever that infringes upon their trademarks in any way.
No Negan references whatsoever in this game. Oh, Glass Baby says, you guys did a good job on the update. So since I did nothing for the update, I think that's aimed entirely at you, Andy.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for the
Of the
nice
people
note.
here.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with the Trumbull Valley pack. It was neat
get
to
down to business.
be able to revisit
Okay.
some of the visuals in particular from those characters and adjust them for opposite genders.
Yeah, and both Andy and I joined the State of Decay team after the original Trumbull Valley map and the first game had shipped, and so both of us came to it as fans who had played this world, and so it was especially fun for us to go back into Trumbull Valley and check it out. Oh, this is the Independence Pack trader. Oh, fancy.
Oh yeah, you got to launch some of them Roman candles, man.
Okay,
that is my absolute favorite weapon in the game.
So I think I might already have this gun.
Not the Star Shank, it's the other one, the pyro launcher. Yeah.
I think I might already have a pyro launcher
Yeah,
back
but you
at
got
base.
3,700 influence. Just get another one. It's here.
Oh, okay, fine.
And lots of ammo. Yeah, you gotta get all those. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
There we go.
All right.
And let's get some bouncing Borises too. Okay, cool. Sweet. We got 4 minutes, so I should probably try to grab a repair kit and fix this ambulance up, so I'm not just driving the world's worst ambulance. Looks kind of like the ambulance from Bringing Out the Dead after a certain scene.
That's a lot of plague zombies. Hey, and a
Yes. Oh,
juggernaut.
and a Juggernaut! Sweet! I can ignore you all because I am a fast-moving rabbit.
I don't understand why I keep seeing these comments about Lily being dead. No such thing is true, and I should know.
Yeah, exactly. This is the so people were talking about it on Discord earlier, and I was commenting on it.
Not sure where you folks are getting your information.
Yeah, there's one radio message that sounds like they're worried about her, and I think a lot of people are just jumping to the conclusion.
It's
she
possible
must be dead.
that folks have not heard all 120 hours or whatever of radio messages that we put into the game. We recorded a lot of them, and they should last you a good long time.
Yeah, there are some people who have played our game enough that they're asking for us to give them the option to refresh those messages.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it.
That's another thing I should put through the process. Okay, so should she actually carry this? Yeah, maybe so. I've been running low on normal ammo for some of these guns, so yeah, I guess she'll just carry this guy. And
Someone's asking about the new golden gun. I think you said that was on the Mysterious Wandering Trader?
Yeah, so you can get it from the Mysterious Wandering Trader, and you can also get it in police evidence lockers and abandoned bags at the police station. Basically, the indication is that only a criminal would have a weapon like this. Okay, so I think... Let's see, what time is it? It's 2 minutes.
2:58.
2 minutes.
Yeah, we're still in pregame here, so clearly everything we say is unofficial.
Yeah, we can just say whatever kind of embarrassing thing we want. And it's totally fine. So yeah, I'm kind of not wanting to do anything else because I want to talk my way through whatever I do on the air. Oh wait, I was going to grab a toolkit. That's right. Do I have any? I don't know if I have any toolkits. Toolkits. Looks like I do not have any toolkits. Can I manufacture some toolkits?
Are there any dogs in the world?
There's
no.
The sounds of dogs.
You can hear, there are some things you can hear and can't see, because as it turns out, it's a lot cheaper to make a sound of something than to actually have it appear on screen.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I need 50 parts. I am way low on parts. Let's storage. Make some parts. Got plenty of. I got kind of enough materials.
All right, it's 2:59. Are we ready to?
Yeah. So we just go to blackness and then do the logo. And
all right, we've got a new person running the mouse here, so here it goes. Screen's gonna turn black here. And then, do I wait for 3 or just go?
Go for it.
Ding. And here we are. Welcome, viewers. This is the Undead Labs stream. I'm Andy Collins, here with State of Decay 2 lead designer, Geoffrey Card.
Hi there. I've got the controller this time.
Yeah, we've switched it up.
Brant is no longer the master of our fate. It's going to be me.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. So Andy's here to be our host because I want to be expendable, and so I need to train other people to do this.
You're gonna team up with Dolph Lundgren and Sly Stallone
Exactly.
and Jason Statham.
That is my life's dream.
Yeah.
So,
Who wouldn't?
So this is a pretty chill stream today, right? We're just
hanging out. We're playing around with some of the Trumbull pack goodies and other things we've put out with our new outfits. You might have noticed the sweet mask that Geoffrey is rocking there.
They won't because we haven't put the gameplay on the screen
but
yet.
they won't. But we're gonna we should put the game. Let's do that. Let's do it.
Should totally do that.
Boom! And look at that. Oh my God!
Oh,
look at that mask.
look at this monster! Let's get on. Look at that.
So hideous. So hideous.
Such a disaster. Okay, so.
We're just gonna chill here, play the game a little bit, look for questions and comments to chat about, but no particular big agendas today.
Oh, we should switch that over to Slack so that the moderators can let us know.
Let's do that.
What we should do. Wonder's ready. Wonder's ready to go. All the people are ready to go. Okay, so this is my personal game from home, and so I have not played with the Trumbull Valley pack yet, so I'm missing everything. So I should get ready. So we've got let's see here. We've got this character, Jasmine.
She's getting a little sleepy.
Oh, she's sleepy. You know what? We should switch away from Jasmine, but I still want to use this gun that we just bought from the Wandering Independence Pack Trader. So let's put this gun away so somebody else can grab it.
And the toolkit.
And the toolkit. We need that for our ambulance. Okay, let's switch characters. So, all right. So we don't want to be Jasmine. Caden is one of our new guys. Esther's kind of got a plain outfit on. Okay, let's dress Esther in one of our new items here. So we've got, haven't unlocked any biker vests yet, no trench coats, no lizard hoodies. We do have a rumpled jacket though, and that looks actually kind of nice with her hat.
That works. That works.
Okay, let's go rumpled jacket with her, and then she should bring someone with her. So I have never seen this outfit that Caden is wearing before. I don't know if somebody snuck this in. He's wearing a Hieronymus Bosch shirt and green jeans, and it looks amazing.
I love the fact that you can play for this long and still discover random stuff that you haven't seen.
So,
Haven Protocol. Somebody said about Haven Protocol. I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about. We've never said anything about a Haven Protocol.
So since he likes t-shirts, we'll give him Keisha's shirt. So we've got our 2 free Trumbull outfits on. And, oh wait, I need to actually switch to these characters. Hold on a second. So let's take control of Esther. What was she doing? So cleaning.
So folks asking about Twain and Sasquatch, particularly Sasquatch, where he might be hanging out in this version of the world. They've just started hearing him on the radio. Glad to get questions like that. Sasquatch is, I think, each of our favorite characters in the game.
Yeah, totally.
Geoffrey invented him. I've had the pleasure of being able to write dialogue for this character.
All
for
of
the
his
last
best
2 years.
dialogue written by Andy.
Well, and my helpers. Clay Carmouche was a writer that worked with us for a while. In the first game, he wrote a bunch of Sasquatch dialogue as well. Had a lot of fun with that character. Sasquatch, shows up sort of out of the blue in State of Decay 2. You don't really know, you don't even actually know it's him right away unless you got an ear for his voice. But eventually he identifies himself
As a huckleberry.
Yes, and helps out Red Talon. Sort of gets in with them. They fit his worldview at least for the moment. So he's helping them out with some stuff. If you've played the Daybreak DLC, then you've heard him helping out there as well. He's in the helicopter that delivers you to the mission. And of course, he's in every helicopter that delivers every team to the mission because he's that good.
I'm looking for Caden. So one of the features that we have on our list of things we would love to do and have not yet done is making it easier to find a character that you want to have as a follower.
Yep. This is one of those things that frustrates us too. We get it.
So, okay, I might not bring Caden with me. I do want to bring somebody, though, because of... Oh, there's a horde. I'll let my friends deal with that.
Yeah, that's their problem.
They're all running to get into the action, though. Can't find just one lazy person. I guess we'll deal with it.
I don't think we'll have any glasses showing up on faces in State of Decay for the simple reason that anybody with poor vision is probably dead by now in the apocalypse.
We do have a nearsighted trait that I think makes somebody worse at shooting, I think. But only subtly under the hood. We don't actually represent it on their face or anything.
I mean, I know my prescription is bad enough that if I ever lost these things, I would just be hosed. I would never find another set that would let me see reasonably at all. How bad are your eyes without glasses?
So my right eye is mostly fine. My left eye is a disaster.
Yeah, me too. I cannot read any of the text on the screen. It is 2 feet away from me, and it's just blur. So, yeah.
Man, my previous character really is exhausted. Jasmine over here.
Oh, she is tuckered out, that poor kid.
So where's Caden? Or if not Caden, I'll grab this guy. This is Joe. Hey Joe, want to come with me?
Come help me out, hon.
After you.
All right, so we got Joe.
Joe's coming.
Oh, did I remember to grab the toolkit? I did not grab the toolkit. We're gonna grab the toolkit.
Will we ever get Sasquatch in our community? No plans for that right now. Our goals for your community is that it can be unique to you and not replicated in anybody else's place. That's why all the characters are unique. We don't have any one-off characters that would appear the same in everybody's game.
Yeah, so you can't get into a game with a multiplayer game where you just got 4 Sasquatches running around.
Right. That would be an interesting experience, but it's not the one we've currently designed.
So I think I've got gas in the trunk. So.
Not only would I not survive a zombie apocalypse with my bad eyesight, I would not survive a zombie apocalypse because of my total and complete lack of anything resembling a useful skill.
Yeah, exactly. I feel extremely lucky that I live in a time where being a video game designer is a thing, because it's the only thing I've ever been good at. So it's like...
Yeah,
it was either that or just like I was just going to be working in a mine somewhere.
I feel like our best bet in the zombie apocalypse is to find the base that actually needs a bard hanging around
Yes,
telling
exactly.
stories.
I play a bard in Dungeons and Dragons all the time because his utter uselessness feels like it replicates my actual life experience.
I'd be the guy who shows up and says, well, I can recite the plots to all your favorite movies and TV episodes. Ever hear like Breaking Bad? We can talk about that one for a while.
So you've got the TV trivia skill, which is one of the 5th skills in our game.
I'm basically C-3PO in Return of the Jedi, where he's doing the retelling the previous movies. That's basically me in the post-apocalypse. That's all I got.
So okay, gotta carefully get through here.
So yeah, very important to know somebody who has useful skills and have them like you. That's really the key.
Yeah, exactly.
Get some
My
friends.
wife has actually a lot of useful survival skills. She knows gardening. She knows
Gardening's good.
She does like a lot of like home improvement type stuff
Yep.
around the house. I don't do any
Cooking.
of that. It's all my wife.
I'm an okay cook. I will say that. But that's down on your list after like first aid and ability to fight and
Yeah.
raise livestock and that sort of thing.
Yeah, particularly this kind of apocalypse. So the reason I'm over here is because we just released the Trumbull pack, and I have not actually put it to use yet in my game at home.
Right. Trumbull Valley Pack is our very latest content update for State of Decay 2. It includes a variety of outfits and weapons that were featured in the Heartland DLC that came out earlier this year, but that you haven't been able to use in the main game until now. So we're here chatting with Cash Beaumont, our bounty broker.
And I've just completed a bounty, so I'm going to complete this one and get myself a new, I think it was like a police baton or something. But let's deactivate the bounties I've been working on so we can look at the Trumbull Valley ones. So it looks like, okay, we got one for collecting 10 materials. That seems pretty doable. And that'll get us the Echo SMG. We've got kill 70 zombies with a pistol. I'm not carrying a pistol right now, so I might have to save that one for later. Have a teammate kill 60 Zeds grappled by you. That's a good idea. I'm going to grab that one.
Sounds good.
Because I've got a teammate
Let's
with
get one
me.
for some outfits, too.
Oh, good point, good point. Okay, so we've got drive. I think we can get 120 kilometers during
Sure.
this.
Let's do it.
Give it a try.
Miles to go before we sleep.
Recruit 3 survivors. That'll take some time.
Yep.
4 enclave to allied status. That'll take some time. And 5 plague guards with explosives. I think we might be able to make progress on that one. 20 hordes to get the
That sounds
improvised
fun.
weapon station.
That sounds exciting.
Okay, so so what are we looking for? We're looking for hordes, we're looking for driving a lot, and we're looking for grappling zombies.
I would
with
say
my
we could
teammate.
get driving and hordes in one fell swoop.
Probably the
It
same
just might
time.
take a few toolkits.
Yeah, so let's grab. I play at standard difficulty because that's how I roll. And so we could probably go pretty far without destroying the car completely.
We've got a request for new faces, new voices, and new hairstyles.
We have got a like on our list. Matt Heininger has really been pushing for us to add
some
new
new
faces to the game.
Yeah.
He's scanned more than we've had time to put in, and I agree with him. I think that would be great. So that is definitely on our
I
list.
understand part of that is just simply a sort of a technological constraint on memory and how many faces we put. Is that true, or
So-
am I imagining that?
I think so. I'm sure there is I think there is a constraint at some point. I don't think we've hit it yet, though. I think it really is just the time and effort to do that instead of the other things we've been doing.
New voices, on the other hand, is a massive undertaking.
That is
I would
enormous.
love to get some more voices in the game. I think that's very cool. But adding even a single new voice at this point would not only be many hours of writing, because every voice has their own unique script in the game, which a lot of games wouldn't do, but we do because we're crazy. But would also require an immense number of hours in the recording booth for that person. We've probably, each of our actors, I would estimate, has put in probably upwards of 60 hours in the recording booth for us at this point, which is a lot.
Yeah, which is it's not just the time of that person; it's also expensive time because you have to rent out that studio. You got to have there's staff that has to be present to run the show.
Yep.
It's a pretty expensive thing, and it's usually in like Los Angeles where everything is expensive.
Right. So I would not expect new voices anytime soon, but I certainly like the support for getting more variety of voices in. We agree. That'd be very cool. Wish we had 30. Well, we have 14, which is pretty good. Pretty good, frankly. There aren't a lot of games where you can play 14 different voices.
Oh, what's this guy came out
You
of
got
nowhere.
zombies.
All right,
There's zombies in this world.
I'm trying to get behind somebody so that I can grab him. Hey, come here. Oh,
Well, thanks for stop studying to watch us, Mr. Sling. I'm not sure I can completely support that on a moral or ethical standing, but hey, thanks. I'm
So-
sure whatever you were studying wasn't important.
I just set Joe on fire. Everything's fine.
Yep, we're all good here.
All right,
Did
so
you kill a horde?
I don't think it was a
No,
horde. I
it
think it
wasn't
was
a
an
horde.
infestation.
That's not a horde. That's not going to give you any
Doesn't
progress.
count, yeah,
Grapple
so-
that zombie.
I'm trying to. Here we go.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
gotta
here we go.
hold
Here we
on to
go.
his vocal cords. Hey, come here, jerk.
Everybody's not helping. There we go.
There we go.
One.
There's another one.
Ah.
That was old school.
Yep.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
there's still Sesame Street. They
There-
still have a count.
that
Count's
is
still
true.
okay, right? He hasn't gotten replaced.
I'm sure he's still around. There's a lot of new faces on Sesame Street that I was kind of surprised by when my kids got old enough. To watch it because like there was a lot more Elmo than I remember when I was a kid.
Yeah, see, Elmo did not exist when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But
I think Elmo I think I might have been young when he was first introduced, but he was not that important. Hey, come here, Joe. Come on.
he's got his own problems. Not that he's paying attention to those.
He really does.
I have to rest.
And before anyone asks, yes, AI improvements are also on our list. Where is this other? Oh, there's that streamer. Screamer.
Yeah, let's kill that streamer. I mean screamer. We love our streamers. Someone wants Nightmare Zone to be even harder with fences doing more damage to vehicles and not letting you flip vehicles back over. Yeah, I feel like there's a difference between difficult and not fun anymore, but hey, some people are crazy.
Yeah, it is funny. Like there's some people when they run through a fence, they're like, "Woohoo! I ran through a fence," and some people when they run through a fence are like, "That is not realistic."
On the other hand, that chain right there might as well be a solid wall.
Yeah, I know, right?
It says "Do not enter."
It is
means
serious. Yeah,
means
totally. Okay, so it looks like a big confusing infestation is not the place where I should be trying to get this particular bounty. So let's go back to the car. Let's drive around and find some hordes, and see if we can find some more occasions. Yeah, to try to unlock this bounty. Where's my
Eric
buddy?
Hickford, thanks for the kind words. I'm glad we've been helpful to you in some small way. Nice to hear. Certainly not our primary goal, but it's a nice,
Get in the car,
nice
you
benefit.
idiot.
That person is having
Okay.
serious problems. There we go. Get in there. He's got it.
All right.
More customization and character creation. Don't hit that bloater.
Thank you.
Yeah, right now I would say our characters are extraordinarily varied, but it is true that our goal is not to give put that customization in the hands of the player. It's a little bit different game there from the make exactly the person you want to play and then go, which is cool. Ours is more how do you survive given the assortment of people that we're going to present to you, which is a pretty wide variation on faces, but not infinite the way games with perhaps far more resources than we can bring to bear. We are after all still a relatively small studio as things go.
Yeah, as you know, our studio has been growing steadily over time since the two of us joined it. Like I think it's probably about 4 times the size, or no, not quite 4, more like 3 times the size as
Almost
it was
3 times.
when
yeah.
you and I
think,
first joined.
I think I was number 30
I was
when
like
I joined.
I was like 25 or 26, something like that. Hey, come here, buddy.
There's where
Where
all
are
the
you
comment-
going?
the
Where are you
comment-
going?
Comments got stuck for a while. Now all of a sudden they all came through. Sorry, you folks have been waiting.
Yeah, that happens to us sometimes. What are you doing over there, buddy? Come here. Come here. Kill this zombie. This one. Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm not showcasing our game very well.
I need a rest.
Somebody is commenting that their Sasquatch and his buddy Sasquatch have 2 different voices. That feels wrong.
That doesn't seem like that would be right.
Because there's only one Sasquatch in the game, and there's only one actor, Drew Hobson, who voices him.
Unless they're talking about having modded the game to put a Sasquatch in their community, in which case,
Then all bets are off because now you've broken something.
yeah, the Sasquatch's
if you-
voice does not come with the face if you're trying to mod the character.
Right. There is no Sasquatch model, really, that can appear. He's not a real person who can appear as a survivor in the game. So
Yeah,
if you're
so-
cheating in some way, then all bets are off and you're going to get random voices.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mad Dog Kelso was calling that out. Thank you, sir. Or ma'am. Hard to tell from a name like Mad Dog.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah. So the name Mad Dog is in State of Decay too, and it is based on one of my daughter's friends, who is a girl. So it's short for Madison.
For Madison Dog, that's
Yeah. Yes.
an even stranger name, frankly.
Oh man, so many zombies.
Grab one.
Gonna try. Oh, that one's good at turning around. Oh man, see that? Oh, that zombie's head is on a swivel. There we go.
You got that one.
There,
We're
yeah.
up to 2.
Yes, did it. Oh wait, I should have grabbed that
Legolas
one.
is greeting us from Japan. Wow,
Whoa.
that is a long way off. You may be the winner of the furthest from Seattle during our stream trophy, unless anybody else wants to
Like pipe
try
in,
try
yeah.
to claim that one.
Yeah, because we're Seattle, we're a little closer to Japan than some places in the United States. But oh wait, we just got the mocha leather trench coat. It really does look good with everything.
It does. It does. Try it on. You'll see.
Yeah, I think yes. Let's see. Is anything? Oh wait. Oh, we got a
Oh, there's
horde.
a horde.
Is that a
Gotcha.
horde?
We're gonna go after a horde here. Everybody, shh, quiet. We're gonna sneak up on them.
Yeah, we're gonna be really subtle.
Real subtle. Oh, I think your sneaking failed. Failed stealth check.
All right, how did that go? I think that counted as killing a horde.
That horde is
Oh, whoa.
Feral.
Nope. Apparently, I made a lot of noise. That guy just came from somewhere.
Came from the next county over. Like, what? What? There's a fight? I'm going in.
I think I'm mostly stabbing Joe in the knee there. Okay. Ah! I just kneecapped Joe. Get off me, you jerk, Feral.
Why don't we do a stream with the voice actors? That's a great question. Well, 2 answers. One, I'm not sure we had thought about that. Second, most of them are in Los Angeles, which makes it trickier, us being in Seattle. We do have a few local actors, though.
Yeah, I think we have in the distant past. We actually did do a stream with Drew Hobson.
Yeah.
At one point, but it was ages ago.
Yeah.
It would be cool to do it again.
It is a little tricky because you may not know this. We pay them to record their voice.
They're not just salaried employees who just hang out here all the time.
Right. So to bring them in here, that would definitely be a
Special.
special favor on their part.
There you
but,
go.
Well,
Ooh,
keep that
ammo.
in mind.
So I've been going after the crafting tons of ammo bounty for a little while, and so now
But
I've
it's too
got
late
some.
because now you're gone. Now you're not doing that one anymore.
But so when the ones that are about crafting things though, I usually just leave them off my list, and then I will switch to them when
do
I'm
it
at the
all.
bounty broker and just do it all at once.
Sure.
From the base screen.
Sure.
So okay, let's drop some stuff up here. So let's drop that. Let's drop these guns. Who needs guns, right? And this.
Have we ever had the idea of adding more red Talon bases or network bases to the game?
Interesting. You mean like base
Like,
elements?
I had taken that to mean like a place we could explore, as opposed to like facility mods or facilities you could add. I guess we could answer each of those versions.
Yeah, like I like the idea of these factions getting more of their identity into the game. Right now, they're mostly voices on the radio. Red Talon got some stuff in Daybreak. The network has kind of gotten the short shrift so far. I would love to find some excuse, some means of getting their identity into the game more, and like letting you get to know those characters better. Oh, well, nice hit, Joe.
Something for us to keep in mind as we're looking at future content updates.
Yeah. Okay, just get in the car, Joe. Just get in the car. Cool. And these guys, okay, we're just gonna not comment on that. Wait, there's a horde.
That was a horde.
Was that actually a horde?
Yeah.
Okay, well let's do it. I like using obstacles.
Boom, boom, boom.
Did I just get them?
You're up to 2 out of 20.
Nice. Yeah, so you don't have to kill every zombie in a horde for it to count.
Just has to no longer be a horde.
Yeah, that's sort of how it worked in the original State of Decay. You had to kill like that very last zombie to to count having killed the horde. But in State of Decay 2, we decided to be a little bit more forgiving
That's a lot
about
of
it.
zombies.
I'm assuming this is a horde. Yes. Okay.
Yep.
It takes a second sometimes for it to show up on the map as a horde. But
The Silver 812 wants to make themselves in the game and play you in the zombie apocalypse. That's confident that you'd last long enough for that to be not really, really disappointing.
so I just
It
had.
is. I can say it is a little creepy to see your own face in this game. Mine is not in the ship version, but I did get scanned early on, and when we were sort of rotating faces in and out, I did see my face in the game for a while, and it's weird because it was attached to a different shaped head
Yeah.
and different hair.
There are a few like that where like there's people that we know whose head is shaped differently from the sort of the standard head that all the faces have to fit onto for a game, and it's because you're like you kind of recognize them, but you kind of don't.
Yeah, it's a weird sort of uncanny valley of recognition.
All right, let's see. We got 4 hordes now, and our ambulance is a little bit banged up, but you know, I've seen worse. Wait, let's see if we can hit up this gas station because I think we're gonna run out of gas at some point before we've gotten all of
Console Freaked asked if we'll see the lore expand.
Loader.
We've sort of slowly rolled out additional lore, particularly in our larger content drops. Certainly, you saw some a little bit in Daybreak, much more in Heartland.
Yeah.
We have to be a little bit judicious about it. We want to, when we expand it, we want to make it a big deal, not just like a random note that we hide someplace.
Yeah, and we also I really like the way that our game approaches lore in that, you know, we don't make you understand all of the lore in the game in order to enjoy the game. You know, like...
Our game isn't about the stories of people off the screen. It's about your community.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're trying to make a game that is that it's a tool for you to tell a story with your people and your choices, and you know, and we try to have a certain level of like humility about the story that we can tell, and say, you know, you want to have a story in the background to sort of give context to the action that the player's experiencing, but we don't want this whole experience to be just about our clever ideas. You know, like we don't try to get a big head about it and say, oh, the thing that's really great about this game is this story that I've written. You know, it's you know, that's a useful part of it, but we really want it to be mostly about the story that you write.
That said, we're always looking for places to put a little bit more of our backstory into the game. Yeah. So we'll always be keeping our eyes out for good opportunities for that.
Yeah. And an outfit. This is biker vest, brown and red combo. Oh, you know what? We were kind of in trouble before, and I did not put on the previous thing we unlocked. So let's dress these folks up. So Esther.
We're going to go into the closet here. How many folks out there chime in if you've been using the closet and enjoying the new outfits that you could put on your characters?
Okay, so that hat,
maybe even if you've got a favorite one, that'd be great.
That hat does not really fit the trench coat. Let's, okay.
Oh, I think that works.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
The trench coat goes with everything, man. I'm telling you.
And then, let's see here. Who did I bring with me? Joe. I gotta get. Oh, that I didn't mean to switch to Joe. But I have now, so there we go. Joe, let's get you dressed.
Our comments are hanging a little bit, so pardon. We're not ignoring you. They're just not reloading right now.
See, was it? Oh, it was a biker vest that
you just
picked up. That's right. Let's look at the biker. So we got the. Oh, so this is the one that's got the state kind of slightly twisted State of Decay logo there.
Yep. Well, check out the belt buckle too. Did you notice that? Someone had to tell me about the belt buckle. I was a little embarrassed. I had not seen it.
So it's got the classic State of Decay logo on the belt buckle, the Skull Eagle, and then it's got a kind of a twisted version of the Skull Eagle on the pocket, which is I think the Saints of Decay Biker Club.
What happens if I just reload this window? Let's find out.
Sometimes that works, and then sometimes you have to go over and grab it fresh from the other restream window.
Sometimes it crashes the entire stream and everything explodes. Oh, nope, there it worked.
I would not be surprised. That's kind of how we roll around here. Massive technical disasters ruin everything.
All right, Joe Taylor's watching from the UK. Chelyabinsk in Russia. Ooh, Sydney, Australia.
Ooh,
wow.
Australia is further away than Japan from us, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Because there's some south going on
maybe not
there.
by time zones, but by flight distance.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I think Russia might be further away from us.
Yep.
Than anything. It's like the opposite side of the world, depending on where they are. Like, I guess if you're like in eastern Siberia, that's actually not that far from us. But most of Russia. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
So I hear something coming.
I heard massive technical disaster, and I thought you guys called me.
Come on, lean in.
Oh, no. Hi, everybody.
It's Brant.
We didn't kill him. He's still around. We didn't get rid of him. I mean, unless that's a clone or something.
I was given a 4-minute pass out of my cage.
Okay, so we've killed 5 hordes so far. And we are not making fast enough progress on this.
You need to drive. You just need to drive.
I need to
more.
drive, and yeah, so we've only gone 3 kilometers too, which is ridiculous.
We're also about to run out of gas.
Yeah, we'll be fine. I just picked up some gas from the gas station, so I think that's going to be okay. I think what I should have done actually, I need to find myself a What are those things called? Sports car. So I can cover more ground in a smaller amount of time.
Jake Meisen asks if we will follow up on the Heartland story as it was left on a cliffhanger. It was a bit of a cliffhanger, wasn't it? Almost as if we had ideas of what was going to come next. Exactly how and when we show those ideas, still a little bit up in the ground, up in the air, up in the ground.
Up
The
in the
things
ground.
are not up in the ground.
That's where things go.
Still a little bit up in the air, but yeah, we have some ideas about where that story might be going. You're gonna have to just bear with us though and stay tuned.
Yeah.
Wow, chat is really dead, isn't it?
It's slow. It's just slow to update. Yeah, and now it's doing weird page unresponsive things. I don't really want to
Yeah.
exit the page.
So the chat isn't really dead. I think that it's just we
periodically
can't see it.
Just like that. It just updates a whole page.
So yeah, so we are, we've just released the Trumbull Valley pack, and our next pack we haven't announced yet, and so hopefully, oh, there went my door. At some point in the fairly near future, we'll be able to. Oh, there's a feral. Did I just kill it? I think I just killed it. Sweet. It is hard to sandwich a feral. Making a feral sandwich is really difficult, but. Okay, so let's stop here and refuel the car. I'm sure this is a perfectly safe place.
Cable 978 is asking for an answer to his previous question. Cable, I literally cannot see your question because of some issues we're having with the question streaming, and so apologies on that.
Oh, right. The gas can.
Why are my doors always falling off since the update?
I
don't know.
Have you been hitting zombies with them? That will usually do it.
I'm thinking they're suggesting it's happening more often than they would expect.
Well, if you click that little eyeball right there, support.stateofdecay.com is where you can go if you are having a new bug, particularly like something brand new that's bothering you since an update. The best thing you can do is let us know through that channel. Joe Swarner, who runs that channel or runs that site, can answer your questions, help you out if there's an immediate solution you can have, or he can let us know what's going on so that we can fix it.
Exactly. So again, that's supportstateofdecay.com for all your needs.
Every single need you have.
Everyone.
Every need.
Every need.
All right, so I'm going to try to get rid of some of the stuff we've collected here. And, oh, did the feral follow us?
He's hungry.
Oh, okay. Joe, you want to deal with that feral while I deal with the little ones? That doesn't seem fair.
I can't watch this. You guys have any time?
Oh, no, feral went down.
Cable's asking about invisible zombies. That is an issue that has, as you no doubt are aware, has cropped up periodically in our game.
Mostly in multiplayer, more than anything else.
It's definitely something that we're working on. It is notoriously difficult to reproduce, and that is unfortunately the best way to find and solve bugs. So we're still working on it, but yeah, it's a thorny one.
All right, here we go. We're gonna grapple some zombies. This is the right density of zombies, I think, to do this grappling thing.
Oh, there you go.
Because if there's too many of them, then it's just chaos.
Yep.
But if there's too few, it's just not very efficient. Oh wait, Joe, where'd you go? Joe? He's busy. Fine.
Mickey5 has a question about AI for the community members. Are they more willing to fight if their skill level is higher? I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that they will use different fighting animations and techniques. If you've unlocked an ability, they will use that ability. But that's the only thing that really changes about their skills. I don't think it makes them more willing to fight. Hey Joe, thanks.
Oh.
All right, so I'm going to.
Yeah, invisible freaks are definitely no fun. Agreed. That is not a happy time.
Yeah, that mostly happens in multiplayer. Luckily, because it means it's a subset of people playing the game. Still not fun for the people who are having that experience. I definitely don't want to minimize that.
Yeah,
but.
no, I have run into it playing at home. My wife and I each play, and there are definitely times when we're teamed up where one of us will be screaming at the other one, "Kill this invisible zombie that's attacking me."
All right, so I need to repair this weapon. Oh, I don't have enough parts.
Short sleeves. Someone wants short sleeves. Are you crazy? Who would wear short sleeves in an apocalypse?
That's not a good plan.
I think it's weird enough that our characters don't all run around in entire leather outfits, but short sleeves. That's just asking to die.
All right, so now I will repair the nail puller.
Are there Easter eggs in this game?
Yes.
Yeah. All over
almost
the place.
too many.
All over the place. We try to restrain ourselves, but we fail. Everything from location names being references to other things in the genre. I don't know if any of you have noticed that Cash Beaumont tends to be a little wordy with his talking and the text that's ascribed to him. He tends to like literary quotes, so if you're a book person, you could probably assemble a list of all of the people in books he has quoted in his weapon descriptions. It's a long list, trust me, because I've written all of them.
Yeah.
Movie quotes. If any of you have played the personal arc, the action hero personal arc.
Oh yeah, that one's full of it.
Yeah, every one of the 14 voices has a different set of action movie quotes that they use through the main mission of that.
I didn't know you put that much variety into it. That's crazy.
Yeah, it turns out the first 10 or 15 movie quotes are really easy to come up with, but when you get to like 56 or something, the pickings get a little slimmer. But yeah, each voice has their own genre of movie or like actor of action movie that they like best. So one person quotes Arnold movies, another one just quotes like really bad schlocky 80s action.
Wow.
So on and so forth. Yeah, that was fun.
That is crazy. Oh. Shut up.
Have you ever thought of making a Red Talon tutorial alternate start? That'd be pretty cool.
So one of the most difficult things to do is a new tutorial. Tutorials, you have to work really hard to make them good enough, basically, for brand new players.
Way harder than just even average mission content.
Yeah, and so it would be a very expensive thing to do. It would take a lot of time to make a brand new tutorial. We would have to probably be crazy people to make an entirely new tutorial. So that doesn't mean we never will, but that would be an insane thing for us to do. That would take a lot of work.
Yep. Got some more questions coming in here from our handy community folks. Let's see.
I am the worst shot. What the heck?
Looking for an opportunity to recruit characters from their character pool. So, like your existing community, recruiting somebody from another community.
That is on our list. That is so. We couldn't let you
on our list to consider. Not like this is going to come out next month. To be clear.
Yeah, exactly. But that is definitely
it's on our radar.
That is definitely prominent on our radar. So, particularly, Joe Swarner has been really pushing for that one because he gets a lot of messages from long-term players of the game who have been who've collected a lot of beloved characters in that character pool, and they want to be able to play with more of them at once and not just have sort of the very small on-ramp into the game of just only 3 of them at a time being able to join a game. And so he hears that from you folks a lot, and he's been really pushing us to do it. So it's got to find its right spot in the priority list, but yeah, we're taking it seriously because we know how much people want it.
All right, we have a couple of back-to-back Easter egg questions here that you guys shared with us. The first one is impossible to answer, but it'll segue into the second one. First one from Widowmaker72. How many Easter eggs do you think there are?
I mean, are you counting like everything that a world artist put into a texture?
Countless. There's no way we could count them all. But Fred Garvin asks, what are our favorites? That is a tougher question. I tend to remember the Easter eggs from the original game more because I discovered them as a player.
Yeah.
It's weird how things you discover playing through or experiencing them yourself, I feel like are often far more memorable than things I actually create myself.
Yeah. One thing is too, because we have so many like when I'm doing my job day to day, like I've got sort of a catalog in my head of all the things I need to do, and it's a blessing when I can finish something and have it leave my head so I can focus on other things. Because it's actually holding a lot of jobs in your head at once can be stressful. And so for me, when I finish implementing an Easter egg, my favorite thing is then forgetting about that Easter egg and focusing on other stuff. So, but I'd say one of my favorite things is I have strange children, and one of them, my middle daughter, tends to just make up nicknames for her siblings, and she calls them a different thing every month. basically. And especially her next younger sister, who is the one who probably takes it from her the most. And so periodically, I'll go back into those children's names on the name list, and I'll add whatever nicknames my daughters come up with. And so there's some weird nicknames attached to my children's names.
Right, so not only are you adding the nicknames to the game, you're specifically associating particular names, which is about the rarest possible thing
Yes.
in the world. Like, literally nobody in the world might ever see those.
Yeah.
Because of the random nature of how names and nicknames are generated.
Yeah,
But-
so you'd have to get a character named after one of my kids, and then there's probably a 1% chance that you'll get each of the nicknames. Once you've even chosen that name, there's still like a 1% chance you'll get one of the ones my daughter came up with. But
Crazy.
with hundreds of thousands of people playing this game all the time, that does happen.
Yep.
Even something that's 1 in 10,000 is going to happen to dozens and dozens of people. And so I like to sort of like at that kind of scale, I don't know, even the rarest, weirdest things.
They do happen. Draco's White Wolf asks why the helmets in our closet don't provide the same protection that they do to the zombies that are wearing the helmets. Well, there's actually an in-world answer for that, and that's because the zombies that wear helmets are trained professionals, or they were, so they know how to wear their helmets exactly the right angles so as to deflect those bullets.
This is why you hire writers,
And-
because they can make up BS off the top of their heads really
We wanted
nicely.
helmets in the game, and the folks responsible for things like building body armor for characters said, we can't make armor, we can't make them work like armor, and we said we want them anyway. So that's why they don't work like that.
But we have held off on things like hazmat suits that really, historically in State of Decay, a hazmat suit, the only character who wears a hazmat suit in the original State of Decay, did have protection from screamers and bloaters. And so we've kind of laid down sort of an expectation there, and so we have not made those kinds of outfits for the characters because we don't want to give that kind of implication. But because, while your conflicts with humans are actually a lot rarer than conflicts with zombies, and helmets really only matter in conflicts with humans. Zombies are going to attack your neck. They're not going to hurt your head that badly. And so we felt like it was okay to let helmets slip by that filter because because it really you can't really expect it to help you that much.
It's cheating a little bit, but we think they look cool.
Yeah.
Do Blood Plague Juggernauts take longer to respawn?
I don't know. I certainly wouldn't assume so.
Yeah. My guess is that that's the sort of thing where it feels like it does, so then it's a self-fulfilling prophecy and you believe it does, but my guess is it's not, but who knows? Neither of us are super qualified to answer that question, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we see this all the time. Like whenever we ship a new update to the game, the most common comment we get is, "Did you guys raise the zombie density? Are there more zombies now? Is the game harder now?" And I think that occasionally it's actually been true. There was one update in particular where we made all the hordes much bigger. I think that was the one that came out simultaneous with Heartland. Just all the hordes got bigger. But most of the time we did not do that. Otherwise, we would have to have like 5 times as many zombies in the game by now if that was true every time somebody suggested it. But no, I think what happens is if you don't play the game for a while and you come back, you are overconfident and you get yourself into trouble. You're not as careful and you're not as prepared for large numbers of zombies. So you end up feeling more overwhelmed by the game, but it's just because you took a break and it's not because the game actually got harder.
Protender asks, why are they called Zeds? That's I can answer the simple question as well. Z is how people in some countries say the letter Z, and zombie starts with Z. But where was the first place that called zombies Zeds? That I don't know. That'd be an interesting thing to research.
Yeah, because I feel like we got that from someone else, right?
I have to believe it.
Yeah, I don't think we made it up.
Other movies probably use that before. On this topic, though, it is true that different survivor voices use different terms to refer to zombies, and they're generally consistent within themselves.
It's like somebody who said, like the character who says creepers, they're going to say creepers.
A lot.
But
right.
nobody else is going to say creepers.
Right, and if a few characters use the word Zed to describe zombies, but other characters generally don't. In text, we'll tend to use them interchangeably. But you definitely hear some voices. There's one character that likes the word muerto to refer to zombies.
Muertos, yeah.
One of the younger voices just refers to them as Z's. So that was another little touch that the writers and I put in to try to make the voices feel a little bit different and make them unique from each other.
Yeah, Zed's has kind of a little bit of a military feel
vibe.
now. Yeah, and I'm not sure exactly why, because it's not. I mean, I think that
Well, it's because it's short.
Yeah, that's
Short
yeah.
and to the point.
And I think naming things after letters also too, like because Zed is the name of that letter in some dialects. Like
there's a hook for it.
Yeah.
I feel like I watched something recently that referred to them as Zulus as well. Same kind of concept.
which has a weird
Yeah.
colonial implication
Yeah,
that we probably don't want to make.
Yeah. I'm always looking for new, interesting phrases, words to use for zombies, though, because at a certain point, you've written the word a million times. You want something new, some new way to refer them.
Yeah, that's actually something you'll see a lot in all kinds of art. Is sometimes you'll see something weird, and the reason it's weird isn't because there's some internal fictional reason to have it be weird. It's weird because the creators got bored of the normal thing, and they really wanted to make something new.
No, Fred Garvin, no one calls them brants. That's just that's not true.
Yet.
Not nice at all.
All right.
Let's see.
I'm not going to complete any
More
of these.
questions here.
Let's go
Oh,
ahead.
what's our favorite pack to work on so far? For me, it's probably Heartland. As a story-focused pack, really let me and the other content creators get super involved with building a longer, more coherent story than where we usually have the resources to build. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. For me, I think Choose Your Own Apocalypse was a really interesting one because of the way, like, it brought back a lot of players who, basically it felt like they'd hit the skill ceiling, and it sort of gave the game sort of new life, and I feel like it's opened doors for us to try. Basically, the fact that we've gone in once and sort of adjusted the game and sort of how it plays, it's kind of opened the doors for us to maybe try new things in the future too. So I really like that one. Zed Hunter was also pretty cool though because I remember being on this stream with State of Decay 1 for a really long time, and one of the most common things people asked for was crossbows, and we kept having to tell them no again and again and again. So finally being able to say yes to crossbows felt really, really good.
It looks like there's some thread here talking about what the word echo is meaning in reference to certain weapons.
Oh, yeah.
Is it just the fact that they're integrally suppressed? That's part of it. But certainly, if you played through Heartland and paid attention to some of the doctor, her dialogue, the word echo has an additional context there.
Yeah.
Somebody wants a sheriff, police, and medic outfits. Yeah, those would be cool. They're definitely on our radar as things to include in future content packs. Yeah.
Let's get some distraction on these zombies. Yeah, so you remember that Echo? I think one of the most fun things that anyone has given, game writers like us, is the NATO radio alphabet, because there's so many opportunities for things like because Echo obviously is one of the letters that they use, and similarly like Kilo, the character in Lifeline. His name comes from the NATO radio alphabet, and I don't know. It's just it's nice because all of those words now, because of people are aware of that context. You take all these words and it turns them into something that feels extra cool and jargony and like only a professional would see this, would say this and get this reference.
That's a lot of screamers. Big Lou asks if there's any way to improve relationships with neutral enclaves. There's no way to actively do it.
Yeah, you have to wait for them to have the idea.
Yeah,
basically.
they basically have to reach out to you. So if you've got a bunch of enclaves on the map, it's certainly possible that some of them might stay neutral for a long time. That's another one of those things that's on our radar as a place where, given some time and resources, we can improve that experience. But that's how it works right now.
Yeah. So basically, we've got instead of each enclave periodically offering you a mission, if we did that and you had a lot of enclaves on the map, that could actually lead to some big problems because you'd have just way too many missions to possibly keep up with. But so instead, what we have is there's a single list that basically of missions that an enclave could spawn, and periodically we draw a mission off the top of that deck and assign it to an enclave that's appropriate. And so no matter how many enclaves you have on the map, you get the same rate of new Enclave missions.
Right.
And so that means it's good for, like, if we're talking about the Enclave missions that maintain your allies, because you can have 5 allies or you can have 1 ally, but it doesn't increase the cost of maintaining them. But it also means that if you've got a lot of neutral enclaves, you really can't control the rate at which you recruit them. So we've actually, that's another thing that's sort of on our list is going back and sort of re-examining how that system works and seeing if there's better ways that we can give you to, like, actively try to recruit someone you like rather than sort of being at the mercy of the random number generator.
Right. How do we decide the luxury goods? This person asks, due to the fact that they keep finding flavored condoms.
That's
that second part I cannot explain.
Story of my life. Story of my life.
Explain. How did we decide the luxury goods? Early on, when we had the idea that we wanted to populate the world with items that didn't have a particular game function, but still reminded you that you were in a world where everything had ended, and some things were useful even if they didn't allow you to directly kill a zombie. Rolls of toilet paper, chocolate bars, things like that. I worked with a subset of my writing team to come up with just giant lists of things that you could find in the world that somebody might effectively pay you for or do a favor in exchange for. And I got some really weird suggestions. The guy that wrote our list of alcohol-based luxuries in particular got super creative with some of his entries. And those are a lot of fun to read through and then to translate into these items. So yeah, you've got various flavors of hooch. You've got various things you might find in your bathroom or your overnight bag. Magazines, CDs. There's a boy.
I didn't quite get it.
Clay and I came up with a bunch of, like, weird movie titles, because turns out you can't just have a CD of a real or a DVD of a real movie in your game.
Yeah.
You have to either put in things that are completely made up but sound real, or find stuff that's eminent domain, the public domain. Sorry,
Yeah.
Eminent domain, totally different thing.
Yes.
So, like, for instance, we have
Eminent domain is how you claim your bases.
we have a bunch of you can find a bunch of books in our game, but they're all public domain books,
Except for one.
except for one that Geoffrey got specific permission from the author.
Yeah, and I wish I could remember the name of the author off the top of my head, but
The book is the knowledge.
the knowledge,
The
yeah.
knowledge.
So yeah, when Brian and I were sort of trying to do research on figuring out, like, what the bases should contain, like what facilities we actually needed, what facility mods we needed in order to sort of realistically portray, not utterly realistically, but, convincingly portray, what it would be, what you would need in order to sort of rebuild society. We relied heavily on this book called The Knowledge, which is about, basically what people would need to know in order to rebuild technology after some kind of apocalypse. And it was a great book, and it was full of really useful information. And so we had such a great time with it. We really wanted to, at some point I was assigned to do a mission, and we don't have any gas in here. Okay.
Better use a first aid kit. You're looking pretty.
Oh, that's a
peaked
good
there.
point. But what was I doing? Oh,
Gas
gas.
can.
That is over in storage. Anyway, we relied so heavily on that book that we really wanted to sort of give credit. So there was a mission that I was working on where I needed to provide some kind of really valuable book to the player, and so we got permission. The owner of the studio contacted the author and got a special permission to reference his book, and so now you can actually get a copy of that book, and I think it teaches you chemistry. So like that. That was one of my that's another one of my favorite Easter eggs, actually, is making reference to the actual book that we used for a lot of our research. Dump this in here. And grab
Why is it
this.
that let's see, we've got a question from El Diablo Razor. Why is it that a character with immunity will still get blood plague? That sounds buggy to me.
That does sound like a bug.
And you know what you should do with that? You should talk to support@stateofdecay.com.
So I'm trying to remember, though. It might not be. I got to remember what that trait actually is. If the trait says immunity, it might mean that they've just got high resistance to it. It might be that that's actually intended for them to be able to get it, but they get it much more more difficultly.
There's also a version of the cure in Heartland that provides you with temporary immunity to infection. So
Oh,
that's
cool.
what I was thinking about. But
Gotcha. So yeah, so it could easily be that something's broken, but it also could easily be that we've miscommunicated.
I thought that sign was a juggernaut. From
So
a
did
distance.
I was thinking the same thing. It's
Big
just,
and round.
welcome to Lowell. That's Lowell, by the way, in case you're wondering how to pronounce that.
Am I the only one who finds it a little dangerous to play this game for a couple hours and then go driving at night?
Yes, exactly. Everything just looks like it. I remember I used to play Mario Kart with my friends and then go drive home from their house, and I would find myself driving half again the speed limit just because I'd gotten so used to gunning it and just going as fast as I possibly could.
My concern is random pedestrians on a sidewalk that I just want to go boom, boom. Like, no, they're not zombies.
That's not how that works.
That is not okay. Do not do that at home.
So I think we're going to take these guys home and switch away from this character that I've seriously damaged.
All right, we are running close. It's just a few minutes until 4 o'clock. So if you've got any last questions, throw those in there to the streams, and we'll see if we can ferret them out. There are a lot of you out there. Apologies if we can't get to all of your questions and comments, but between the various channels that we're streaming through right now, there's a lot of you coming through, which is great, but it does mean we cannot keep up.
Yeah.
Lewis Dartnell, Gooniverse, was kind enough to let us know it's a lot of zombies.
Yeah.
Lewis Dartnell is the
two?
author of The Knowledge.
Lewis Dartnell, thank you. Yes, that is correct.
The tried and true tradition of backing through the horde.
Yeah, so I just repaired this car, and it is
Already
already smoking.
Already
And I'm even playing on standard. I'm not even playing on like Dread or Nightmare. Okay, so it looks like I've actually destroyed the horde. I don't actually need to hit these guys, but you don't only do the things you need to do.
Don't hit him.
Yeah. All right, let's get this guy back here. I love the driving skills that I learned from the movie Cars.
Yeah, Svengar, I tried to tell him to use a first aid kit, but apparently he just wants to live dangerously.
Yeah. Well, I'm about to come home anyway, right? You know, what's the worst that could happen? Don't answer that.
Why are outpost doors locked? Yeah, that's kind of silly, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a minor thing, but it is on a list somewhere that it would make more sense if enclaves locked or unlocked their doors based on their relationship with you and not just based on sheer random chance, which is currently what it is. Okay, so hey Joe.
Want something?
Let's switch to Joe.
Nightmaker 1979 has a question about the icons used for luxury items. Each category of item has just one icon. That lets us actually add a large number of them to the game. If we needed different icons for different items, we would have, well, like 8 different luxury items in the game instead of several hundred.
Yeah, either would have 8, or we would be missing an entire menu because the person who makes those icons would have to spend all their time making the icons and not making other more valuable things in the game.
Red Moon Wolf wants skirts and shorts in the closet.
Together?
No, they do put out with leggings,
Okay.
so not bare-legged. We'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, skirts are tough because getting the physics of them to look right as
Yeah,
you run around can be difficult. Not impossible, but you know, we'd want to be
probably
very
a trade-off.
careful biting that off.
The problem is anytime we put in something that requires a little more work, it means you're getting less of something else. And so far for outfits, I won't say we've been going for the easy ones, because some of them took more work than others, but we've been working on quantity to make sure that you have lots of different variations of outfits in your group.
You'll notice that our leather trench coat is a short leather trench coat.
Right.
So it's not billowing around your legs like you're Neo or something.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so we should definitely not be her anymore. Actually, let's dismiss our follower, too.
Adios.
So next time, when I actually go home and I continue to play this game, who should I switch to? You know, Caden is really kind of behind everybody else.
Let's let him catch up. All right, we're in the last few minutes. Got a question from Bahibo. Apologies if I've mangled that. I'm sure I have. When are we getting State of Romance, or how can we find love in the aftermath?
That is another one we've talked about a lot. I think that whenever I talk to Henry about that, we both just completely fall in love with the idea of having characters able to sort of have relationships that persist and mean something to the gameplay. And so we've talked about it a lot. There's definitely there are other things that are higher on our priority list, but that one it kind of stands out as being special though, because it feels like the kinds of stories you could tell yourself about the characters when you know that they've got a relationship and like these two are dating, these two are siblings. We get a little bit out of that from the stories of the original tutorial, but it's very thin. It starts that way, and then there's no payoff on it afterwards. And I would love to be able to pay off on those relationships. So I mean, again, we can't make any promises about when or how or whether, but we would love to.
It's a big task, certainly, but it would be a fun one to take on.
I don't think I've unlocked any brand new ones since the last time we went through.
Getting lots of requests to be able to change characters' fifth skills as well.
Yeah, we get that one a lot too, and it's the one thing that like makes you have to go and find somebody else. No one here knows how to program computers, for instance. So like my outpost limit is really low because I recruited one programmer who immediately died on the way home, and so I need a programmer, and I can't just make one of these characters arbitrarily programmed. I have to go and find someone and recruit them, and maybe I'll take somebody who's got some problems because I'm so desperate for that skill. I would hate to lose that need from the game to add more customization. So it would be a balance. We would lose something if we switch to that. Doesn't mean
I feel like the right answer for State of Decay is for us to get better, to improve your ability to find the specialization you need.
I think that is a very good response.
And rather than treating all of your characters as pure interchangeable parts that you can just pull things out of and put new ones into, that to me strains not the believability, but just sort of the fiction that we've created here, where these are a ramshackle group of folks that have been thrown together and have to make do with best they can.
That's an excellent answer, and I like yours better than mine. So his eyes are looking kind of bloodshot.
Why was State of Decay exclusive to the Xbox and PC? Well, because Microsoft is our publisher.
Yeah.
And now owns us, the company.
Yeah, not us individually.
So that's why State of Decay is an exclusive title.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting down to it. Got about 1 minute left.
So I'm not going to go and start
any last
anything.
thoughts?
I'm just getting up on this rooftop right here.
You killed more than half of the horde you were looking for. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I drive 14 kilometers, so that's going to take a while to catch up with. But
a lot of gas.
That is going to take a lot of gas. But luckily, if I keep it up, though, I can switch between communities and sort of spread out the love between the different ones. So it should be okay.
Envy951 appreciates us continually supporting the game with new free content. You are welcome.
We appreciate you continually playing the game because that's the only reason they let us continue to support it is because you're still playing it.
It's synergy.
Yeah. I think so. Thank you all. Actually, I mean maybe that's a good thing to end it on. Is just thank you so much for playing the game. We get to have this job because you play the stuff that we do.
And thanks for being here listening to us. You here listening to us means we don't have to be at our desks doing our job.
Exactly.
It all works together. It's great. It's a great deal.
Awesome. So
all right, it's 4 o'clock, so I think it's time to wind up.
Yeah.
Geoffrey, you're going to teach me which button to press now.
It's the outro button right there.
It's the outro button. I'm pressing the outro button. Here we go. We're outroing. Maybe you can hear us. Maybe you can't.
No, they totally can. They totally can.
They can totally hear us? Oh my gosh, so we could just say anything and they could hear us right now?
That's exactly.
That sounds dangerous.
So we can do this for about 15 to 20 seconds, and then we have to have some kind of break where I can edit it without cutting me off in the middle of a sentence. But
so now we'll just be real quiet so you can break it now. So shh, we'll be quiet. Shh.
Bye. Cool, then you can stop streaming right there.